What's up, peeps? Good morning. It's Saturday. I don't know, it's like the 16th or the 17th, something like that. But we are 4 weeks out from Hyrox, and we're getting ready to do the first Hyrox sim of the year. So right now it's about 5:24 in the morning, getting the espresso for the day ready. I'm gonna do the Hyrox sim with my friend Maria over at Arsenal. We've had some pretty shitty weather overnight, and it looks like it's super fucking cold this morning. So we've got the water here. I'm gonna do 2 scoops of electrolytes. Got the BPN electrolytes, so I'll do 2 scoops of that into my 32-ounce water here, and we'll drink that. We're gonna be starting in about 90 minutes, so it's gonna be pretty close. So I gotta get going soon. Like I said, the weather sucks here in Colorado today. We just had some crazy, like, not a lot of snow, but it looks like it rained a little bit yesterday afternoon, and then it got super cold, so like the streets froze over, and then we had like snow overnight because we were at dinner last night and we saw a bunch of snow coming down, which sucks. So I think the ride over to the gym is going to be a little bit hectic, so I want to get ahead of that so we have some time to set everything up and then get warmed up to start at 7. We want to start it early because classes start at 8:30, so if we could start around 7, be done around 8, that'd be good. By the way, I'm going to be bringing this up here in a little bit. New multivitamin that I've been taking care for roughly about a month now. See if that could filter through. More info to come on this here. Just getting a couple back end things taken care of beforehand, but absolutely loving this. So just a reminder, so gonna have about 24 ounces of water before. I won't drink the whole thing because I'll feel a little bit heavy. I've got a double scoop of espresso, and I'm gonna add some honey to it, just a little bit of sugar and glucose. So I always get the good honey at Whole Foods here. Let's see if that comes through, but it's a little bit more expensive, but it's legit. One of the things that I learned is how you can tell if you have good honey or bad honey is put some honey on your finger, and if it drips off, it's probably shitty. If it stays together and on your finger, like in a single piece, it's good honey. So get good honey. I put about 3 to 4 seconds worth of honey in my double espresso before my hard workouts, like hard, high intensity efforts. I don't eat anything just because this really pulls me through. So it's gonna be a spicy hour. So I'm gonna take this down, get my coffee in real quick, and then let's hit the road so we can get ahead of that snow. So the roads ain't that bad. I think they're just pretty icy. So gotta be chilling to throw the 4-wheel on. But drivers in Colorado, man, they suck, dude. People cannot drive out here. So I'm glad I'm getting ahead of it because I think once the city starts to wake up, it's gonna be pretty bad. We made it. It's completely empty. It's kind of nice. We about to rip though.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen. Make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in then break you out. In the end we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the show. Part 2 we don't need no pause. You misty, we gon' get tipsy. Don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. Ain't no cap, I'm real. The plastic bars from a copy my steel. Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm
All right,
real.
we are back from the workout. We picked up a ribeye steak from Whole Foods. We're gonna eat that. The Hyrox sim was awesome. It was a good time. It was a good time to like get the body through all the different motions, get the heart rate high, hold it for a long extended period of time. Also see how my compromise running was doing. Definitely not as fast as I used to be back in November, but that was totally expected because that was like the end of the season. I already had a couple races under my belt, and I did do that Boulder half marathon at like the 6:22 pace. I think my final time was like an hour 26. So I was just coming off of that, so my speed was at its best it's ever been. But the cool thing is that I'm not very far off from where I used to be. So today I did the Hyrox sim. Again, it's going through the whole race, but the distances are reduced to 75%. And I did that in 52 minutes and 44 seconds. And then back in November, I did the same thing in 50 minutes and 2 seconds. So I think my estimated finish time in November was 68 minutes, and my estimated finish time for today is 70 minutes. So I'm pretty close, and I have 4 weeks to tighten everything up. So I feel pretty confident given where I'm at. In the last 8 weeks have been solely focused on power, and now the next 4 weeks are going into speed. We talked about this, I think, in the last video, where I don't want to do a ton of speed work all the time. I just want to have these little blocks where I sharpen things up and go right back into power. We're now entering that little block of speed. So I'm super stoked. My weight is slowly coming off from the winter, and I could feel that turnover. Like even my base runs are coming down to about 8:13 pace at a very easy heart rate, right at about 150. And so I'm super excited to see these numbers kind of dial in over the next 4 weeks. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna rinse this sweet potato off. So if you know me, I love sweet potatoes. I think it's a very clean carb. They're awesome. You can add some salt to them, some butter, all that good stuff. You could put them in the oven. I have gotten away from that just because I actually just want to eat faster, and every time I'm like getting to them, I'm like super starving. And it takes about like 45 minutes to cook. So I've been just doing them in the microwave. As you see, I'm cutting holes, just putting holes in it with a knife, and then I just wrap it with a towel, and I'll put something like this size, like here's my fist, this is kind of, it's not that big, of a sweet potato in the microwave for about 5 to 7 minutes. So I'll put it in for 5, test it out. It's like wet, you know, I rinse it off, cover it with the paper towel, have the holes, literally like this. Throw it on a plate, have it like this, and then I put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. But before that, we're gonna do the steak. So I got a badass ribeye from Whole Foods here, a little bit over a pound. If you haven't tried this yet, if you wanna make the best ribeye steak you've ever had, you will never go back to eating steak again the way I'm about to show you. And I can attest to this. I paid for this seasoning. It was like $17 for shipping, which was a big fucking ripoff. And I think the seasoning is only like $6 or $7 itself. It's the Elway's seasoning. So I don't know if Elway's is national. Let's see if that clears up. Elway's is a steakhouse here in Denver. I'm pretty sure they're national. But anyways, their steak seasoning is unlike anything else. The secret to their sauce, or not sauce, to their seasoning, is that they have breadcrumbs in the seasoning. And so what I'll do first is I'll put some oil on the steak here just to, you know, make sure that the seasoning sticks to it. And then here's the seasoning, you kind of see it right here. It might be a little blurry, but that's kind of what we're working with. And I'll just go ahead, not even just sprinkle, but essentially create a coat of seasoning over the steak. Now, I mentioned the breadcrumbs. I don't know about all the other stuff. I'm sure I could just read it off. But the breadcrumbs, I feel like, make the biggest difference here, because what I do is I always grill my steaks. Like it's the best way to do it. We have a grill on the rooftop of my apartment building. So I'm just like, I'm always gonna grill. I grill all year round. I don't give a fuck about being cold. But because I grill and because there's breadcrumbs on the seasoning, it creates this char outside the steak. So it makes it a little bit crispy. I think that's the right word, charry, crispy on the outside. And then it prevents it from cooking too much on the inside. So I like to get the steak at about a medium rare medium. Not really too picky about that, but as long as it's somewhere around there, I'm pretty happy. So it usually takes about 8 to 10 minutes to cook, just depending on the thickness. For this one here, this looks like a pretty thick bad boy. So this might actually get a little bit closer to 10 minutes. So I'll do about 2 to 3 minutes on each side with high heat, where the flame is just literally going at the steak. So, I mean, the flame is huge. You'll see it in here in a bit. I'll record that part. And then once I do both sides and both sides are really charred up, I then take the steak and I put it on top of so if like the heat is here, it's right on top, burning it up, flip it, do the 2 to 3 minutes on the other side. I then take that steak, put it on the opposite side where it's not super hot on the top rack, and I reclose it. And then I have it on there for another 4 to 5 minutes or so. So I create this shield around the steak, and then when I close that grill again, that heat goes ahead and just keeps cooking it, but it'll take a little bit longer to get to the middle. And so it's one of those things where you really have to keep an eye on it, especially if you want to have something like medium rare or rare, to not overcook it, and it's all dependent on the thickness. It's always best to have a thermometer. I don't always have one. I kind of just go by time and like how it looks. And I'm typically pretty close. So I'm not a big picky guy when it comes to this. I just know that if you want to get the best seasoning for steak, Elway's is the way to go. I'm telling you, once you try this, you will never eat steak the same again. All right, let's go grill this. All right, so we got the steak. See, the grill is super hot. Look at that great view. Look at that great view. All right, so that's the side we're gonna put the steak on. We're gonna have the steak ready to rock. Boom. Close that bad boy up. Start the timer. So here we're gonna check. We're at the 3-minute mark. See that heat? Let's go. All right, so yeah, look at that. You got the char. All right, we talked about this. Put that back on there. Close that back up. 3 minutes. So we're checking again. 6 minutes in. Talked about the flame. Look at that. Boom. So we're on this side. Come over here now. Top rack. Close it. We're now at 6 minutes. All right, we're at the 8-minute mark. So now, take this, flip one more time here, keep it on the rack, close it back up. 8 minutes. Do like 60 to 90 more seconds. All right, so we're back. Got the sweet potato in the microwave. The steak is done. So let's check it out. We cooked it for about 10 minutes. And like I said, remember that char on the outside. I mean, dude, got the cutting board. Look at how great that looks. Tell me that doesn't look incredible. So, here's the moment of truth. Am I full of shit? Or do I know what I'm talking about when it comes to steak? I think I know the answer, but we're gonna find out right here on the camera. So there's no hiding, no editing. It's been resting for a couple minutes. Oh, baby. Oh, I don't even wanna show it. I don't even wanna show it. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Look at this. Let me just get the camera here for you. So we have medium. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Stop it. You see that? Charred on the outside and just medium on the inside. Come on. Tell me that doesn't look great. Tell me that doesn't look great. You know what? I'll take a bite. Well, we gotta try it. Gotta try it. The ends are always the best. So let's get this. All right. So we got this little piece here. The ends are always the best. You know that? That's what's up. That's how you need to be eating after big training days. Lots of protein, good carbs. You know Odessa gets some of this too. You want a piece, buddy? I got you, big man. Come on, the guy's gotta have some steak. It's a great dog. It's my baby boy. Get him some steak here. Here, Bubba. Hold on. Hold on. Go ahead. Look at that, yeah. Look at that tail go. Look at that tail go. So happy. So that's a day. We got training, we're eating a fat steak. We've got 4 weeks until Hyrox. So like I said, next week starts the speed block. Weight's coming off. Body's feeling really good. Nutrition's getting dialed in. The abs are coming back, baby. This is the first race of the season. We've got a lot ahead of us in 2024. For my programming, I'm doing the level 3 functional program in the Hybrid Method app. So if you're curious about like what that training looks like, what my schedule looks like, there's a link below if you want to train the way that I do. It's my training, my app. If you want to support my small business, that would be awesome. And for those who always watch my channel, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. We've been experiencing a ton of growth over the last year. Seen a ton of growth on my TikTok in the last few months, which is super cool because at first I was so against TikTok. So I've got a couple ideas of some videos I want to do in the future. Somebody wanted me to do a debate around like why Orange Theory and Barry's Bootcamp is like not actually that great for us, or why it's not that productive, something along those lines. Another one was how do you keep up with your fitness when you travel? And I always want to make content that you guys want to see, right? Like I can talk about the things that are interesting to me and things I like to do day in the life, which is great. But let me know in the comment section below, is this the type of stuff you want to see? Are there other topics that you want me to cover? My goal is always to provide you with the best content that I can provide you. So let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.